Hey, and welcome to Pamela's Tarot Tales. I'm Pamela, and today I'm going to do the tag 7 Guides. And this is put forth by Natalia from Ouroboros. I'll link her channel in the video below so you can get a better idea of the premise of how she explains this. But basically it's the counterpart to the tarot decks, the Council of 7. So what are your guides on this journey? The first one, first off I'm going to say, sorry if you hear any clicking. I'm having problems with my computer. It just started today, but I wanted to record these because I've been trying to do it all week. Secondly, I don't use a lot of oracle decks right now at this time in my life. Right now, I'm really focusing on tarot. I do use tarot and oracle together, and but I haven't been doing a lot of oracle. So my guides, my committee of guides, there are 2 to 3 definite positions that are filled that will probably always stay that way. The rest of the ones that I'm going to show you are vying for positions on my council. Like they're applying for the job, so to speak. They're in that line going, hey, let's get to know each other, and I think I can be good for you. But I don't feel connected with them enough yet to say these are guides. So the 2 that are definite, potentially 3 that are definite, but the 2 that 100% sure, I'm going to show those first. So the first one is Whispers of Lord Ganesha. This deck is my spiritual guide. This is also in the pantheon of my spiritual practice, so it's just an amazing deck, and it really helps me. The book is well written, but intuitively I get all the same information. I can read the images that way. So I find that it's compassionate, but it also is very truthful. It gives you so much depth of information, and it guides me spiritually and works within my own practice of that. It pairs really well with tarot, or it reads really well on its own, doing spreads or multiple cards, or however I choose to read it, whatever I feel like I need, how much information do I need. And it's there for me for anything and everything. So that is Whispers of Lord Ganesha, and that's probably like one of my major ones, but it's definitely on my committee of guides. The next one is, and I haven't worked with this one as much, but I feel really connected to it. It's the Moon deck. That's the guidebook. This is really a pretty awesome little chunky guidebook because it gives you rituals to do and things that you can work with in the moon, but also how to heal. It's a very healing deck. I would say it's my Mama Moon deck, my healer, my it's so good. It's so good. She's just so. She's the healer. She's the nurturer. She is the one that says you have to do the work. Here's how you do the work. Let's go deeper. And I've got you. So, but it also can give some shorter answers if you don't want to. You can always do the work, but when you want just a quicker answer, it tells you, and it's up front, and it doesn't hold back, but it does it in a way that says, okay, let's take it from here. I'll meet you where you're at. Those 2 are definitely on the committee of guides. This one when I first got it, I used a lot, and I felt really connected to it, and then I don't know whatever happened, I just stopped using it. It's the Wisdom Oracle, Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. And I think it's just because I really don't use a lot of oracles, but this one I really enjoyed using because it laid it out in a way that was positive, but also didn't hold back from any negative, and it gave you hope even within the negative, even within the harsh meanings, and but I don't know, it gives a lot of information, and it's the one that, I don't know, it just, I don't even know her role yet. It's just more of a, I don't know, but it's there. So that is Wisdom of the Oracle. The next guide that is, so that's what I'm going to show you now, is not necessarily a guide, but they put in their application to be one. The first one I'm going to show you is Sacred Creators Oracle, and this one I haven't had it very long. I haven't worked with it enough. I haven't read the guidebook. I've used it a little here and there, and I really like it. I like the energy of it, but I don't know it enough. So I think it has the potential to be a guide, but it's just not there yet for me. But it's a beautiful deck. I mean, it's simple and it's uplifting, but it's also hard-hitting. And this one, I really want to read the guidebook and just really soak in all the layers of information, because it seems so simple, and it, you think, oh, okay, I got it, but there's so much more to it, and I'm excited to give it a chance to work with it, and I do think it has that potential to be a guide. I think that the role it would play would be coach, life coach, spiritual coach kind of thing, and I need one of those desperately at times, and I think we all do. I think we should be given one at birth. I think we should all have life coaches to work through and get help, because we don't have guidebooks to life, and I think that this would really help, and it's, I think this is also going to help if I really spend the time and do the work to dive in with being a business coach, as well as a life coach, as well as, anything else I need it to be. But since it seems to be geared more towards entrepreneurial or kind of businessy, spiritually based businesses, it seems like it would be good for me. So that one I'm pretty sure is going to be a guide, but we'll see. The next one is, I need on my committee, on my guides, I feel like I'm very in tune with animals. I'm an animal communicator, and I think animals are our guides, period. I think that they carry messages, and they talk to us, and through various different ways, and for me, there's always going to be some sort of animal energy as my guides. I do have a few animal decks. I've got another one up there, and it's really good too, but I haven't used it in a long time. This one I haven't really used in a long time either, but when I do use it, it's very, I read it intuitively. The book it is what it is, but this one is the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit. I get a lot of information from these when I do use it, and I just haven't been using it. And I think it's just because I'm not using oracles right now very much, but this one would be probably my animal energy deck, mainly because it's a big deck as far as, quite a few cards. It has a lot of variety of animals. It has a little bit of a system, but it has different ways to really look at it and think about it, and it's just a beautiful deck. So that would be my animal deck that would be on my committee, because I do believe in animal guides and energy. So there's that one. Another one that's kind of, I've used a good bit. This one I'm actually a lot more familiar with. I used to use it as part of my daily reads, as a daily affirmation thing. It is, I don't know if I still use, I don't know if it's really a guide, more than, I don't know. I enjoyed it for what it is. I think it does help, and it's a great deck. It's Miracles Now by Gabrielle Bernstein. And it's an affirmation deck. And I think the affirmation decks have their place. And I think sometimes we just need that boost, that confidence booster, that one that says, you know what, you can do this, and this is why, and this is the world's your oyster, go get it, you can do it, and your cheerleader, your support system, your the one that hugs you and loves you and tells you it's all going to be okay, and how to really look at it from a spiritual way, turn everything into the positive. And so it has a place, we'll see, but we'll see. I don't know if I would consider it a guide just yet, but maybe it's got an application in. Another one that I think has potential to be a guide is Spirit de la Lune. This oracle deck, the reason why I think it's not a guide right now is because I just haven't worked with it enough. It is not super intuitive for me. There's the backs. And because I'm not as familiar with, I'm just not super familiar with the lunar system, and I want to be. I got it so that I could learn, but when I do readings with this, they're very poignant and very detailed and lots of layers of information, and it's such a good read, but it's like I have to work really hard because I have to read the guidebook, and I have to, write it down, and it's a great deck, and I think if I put in the time, it would definitely be a guide. But I haven't put in the time with it. My focus has been elsewhere. And I'm okay with that because I think that, everything has its time, its place, and its purpose. And it's just not there. The last potential one. And again, I have mixed feelings. I like this deck, but it's missing so many parts that is a Yogic Path. It's a new deck. It's beautiful, and the messages are spiritually oriented. It's on the pantheon that I work with. It's a beautiful deck, but it's missing some pretty important energies in this pantheon, and I find that challenging a little bit at times. That I want them to be there, but the ones that are there are really interesting, and I like to learn and read and grow and evolve, and so this one has the potential to be a spiritual advisor and work, but I don't know. We'll see how it comes along. Right now, I just haven't been doing much oracle. So anyway, that is my 7 guides, and I'm gonna go work on the next hashtag, so you'll see a bunch of me in these same clothes, because I'm going to record while I can, and I have the energy to do it, and the time to upload, because I have problems with upload times. Anyway, so thank you, Natalia, for this tag. This one was a little bit more challenging in a way, because I just don't use them as much, but I still enjoyed it, and I find it interesting, and I'm looking forward to doing the next tag. Thanks. Have a great day.